the mother on Saturday.
You went to the what?
Do the mother
You went to martial arts. How'd that go?
fun.
Oh, that's great. Did you learn anything you want to share with us maybe later on in the workout?
And all the things.
Still the same stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna get one of these little chairs over here. I'm gonna come over this way. Got my boots on. These are my garden boots. Get this chair cleaned off here. All right. Everybody got your water? I got my water. I was sitting right down and then I got to get it back up and get my water. How many times does that ever happen to you? Where you're like, you just get yourself comfortable, and then the next thing you know, you're like, oh, darn, I forgot my water. I don't need my sunglasses because it's not really sunny at all, everybody. It's kind of overcast, is what they would call it. And there is still a little bit of rain that's kind of lingering on out here where we are. We're kind of south of Escondido, and wherever you are, it could still be kind of lingering on today too. But then it's going to warm up and it's going to be sunny, everybody. So let's drink some water. Let's get ready for a workout. We'll definitely be able to do a little bit of leadership today. Um, and then also, I think I'm going to do a couple of the things that are here in the yard, kind of like when Nick, when he's doing his strength test and things like that. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set it up to where I'm going to do a few of the activities here. And then I'll show you how I do them and kind of talk you through it. And again, maybe if you're watching, you're like, hey, that's something I can do. Or maybe you're like, you know what? I want to get that thing so I can do what Coach John was just doing. You ready, Nick? You want to do
Yeah.
breathe them out? I want to do ones and twos. That's why I brought you up. Is that cool?
Yeah, but you do two, I do two.
Okay. You want me to start it or you want?
You done it, please.
All right. Everybody, here we go with Nick in, he's right here, in five, four, three, two, one. Breathe in the good, breathe out the bad.
Breathe in the happy and breathe out the sad.
Breathe in your best and breathe out the worst.
And breathe in your mouth. No other we might. Wave don't forward, don't.
Where's Frall? I didn't know if he was going to go May strength test or what he was going to bring out there, but he's throwing down waves for all goals. Remember, if you want to go surfing, especially if you live here in the San Diego area, we do it every month. And I'll take you surfing. I'll surf with you. I'll be there on the board, or if you want, I can surf right next to you. We can be surfing on the same wave, looking over at each other, maybe being like, "Isn't this incredible?" Because it is. Everybody, let's do a little bit of a classic warm up and then we'll go ahead. And again, I'm going to do some of the things here. If there's something you want to see me do that's a part of the backyard workout, something that you've seen either like Nick do or you just want, you're like, I want to see it, what you can do, Coach John, you can let me know. You can put it in the chat room and I might even come up with the challenge for you all. So let's get ready with our head and neck. If you're able to, we're going to try to sit up. We're going to engage our core if we can. Get ourselves, I was kind of leaning in here. I don't want to do these exercises like that. I want to try to be upright. Let's go with the classic. So here we go. So we're going to go right side. Let's give it a hold for three. Three, two, one. Let's go to the left side. Three, two, one. Let's bring it down. Three, two, one. Let's bring it up. Going up. Three, two, one. Let's bring it backwards. Holding it back with the turtleneck. Three, two, one. Going out with the giraffe neck. Reaching out. Three, two, one. Going up with the ear lift. Like I'm trying to listen to like a little elf or something up in that tree. Two and one. And then going up with the other ear lift. Three, two, one. Then I'm going to head tilt. I'm going to bring this ear just down. And then I'm going to head tilt, bringing this ear to one. Down. Let's go up and away, up and away, two, one. Let's go down to the shoulder, holding it three, two, one. Bringing it up and across, going three, two, one. Bringing it down to the shoulder, Three, two, one, and back across. Three, two, one, and relax. Nice job, everybody. Um, yeah, I think so. Remember, we had talked about that on the last weekend, so we'll for sure, Bernie, get you up here as the team leader and getting to do those jumping jacks, doing the stick, doing the weights. I think all that stuff's great. And I actually have today, I can participate a little bit better. I have a kettlebell right over there. I'm in the woods, so I got sticks everywhere. I can get a stick from anything, but I got my big barbell over there, and I got bamboo over there. I got the rope here. We got the heavy ball. We got the basketball goal. We have the gymnastics bar. And, we also have a couple other things. We got the bow and arrow too, everybody. So we can do real bow and arrow. We might practice, and then we maybe will shoot a real bow and arrow, and we'll see how close it resembles the real thing. We can do that. So let's go ahead. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to get into. It's still early in the workout, but you know what? When you do a warm up, a lot of times you might have like a specific warm up. Sometimes you might have like a consistent traditional warm up, and that's something that we do have here. We have kind of our classic moves. We move our head around a couple different ways. We move our shoulders at again the upper part, so our trapezius here, getting our shoulder blades moving as well. They're just bringing them up and down. Nice job. Let's do a little bit of the rotation, bringing them around. You can rock them. You can go where you're not going all the way up. You're just going back and forth. Back. What are you doing, little bird? A little bird just flew into my garden slipper right there. It's in my shoe. Get out of my shoe. There's a bird. There's a bird. I think it's hiding out in my shoe. I don't know what it's going to do. Maybe it's going to make a little nest in there. I don't know. Whenever you're out here for more than about 10 minutes, the animals, they stop being worried about you. And so they come back out and play. Again, everybody, stuff like that might happen. If at any time I have to get up, if there is an emergency, we'll bring up Nick and we'll have him be able to help us out with some leadership as well. So, good stuff. Let's get into keeping the shoulders going, but I really want to go back to that archery, everybody. So let's just do it. So let's go ahead. We're going to pretend that we got the bow. You can hold the bow in one hand, whichever one you want to do. Let's reach up behind our back of our head, and then we're going to bring that arrow out, and we're going to kind of put the arrow on the string. We're going to pull it back, and then we're going to let it fly. So you just kind of let it go right here. Nice job. Now that you already have that set up, your hand's already back here. Just reach back, pick up another one, bring it on, kind of put it on the string, and then we're going to pull that string back again. So look at this is how my arms are right now. This is how I want to be. I want to have this arm's right here, this arm's all the way extended, and then just let go. Sometimes that stuff. Now I'm going to reach. Look, I'm going to reach up here behind my head. I'm going to go straight up into the air, bring my hands together. That's how I like to do it with imagination. Pull back through here and let it go. Let's go one more on this side. Reaching up, bringing down, pulling back, and letting it fly. Let's switch up to the other hand. So now I'm going to hold on with this hand here. First arrow, reaching back, pulling the arrow up, bringing it together, pulling it back, bringing it all the way back. So now look, this is how I am here. I got my hand is right here by my armpit. My other arm's all the way extended, and then let it fly. Reach up behind my head again, pull it up, bring it forward. That's right, bringing it back, and then let it fly. Reach it behind our head. We got three. We're going three more. Pulling it back, and then we'll shoot one. Let it fly, or maybe we'll shoot. I don't know, maybe four. Oh, look, I keep going the wrong pattern. Oh, I got to concentrate. It's because again, I'm thinking ahead. I'm thinking about what I want to do next, and not what I'm doing right now. So let's go one more. Bringing it forward, bringing it back, and then nice job. And everybody, you could see I was making this a small mistake. I was making a mistake though. And it's important for me to when I do make a mistake that I don't get upset about it or be like tough on myself. But I kind of think about, well, I wonder why I made that mistake. And twice I forgot to bring the arrow out forward. And what I realized is that I'm actually thinking about shooting the real bow and arrow. But I'm still in the middle of doing the exercise that I was doing, which is the imaginary bow and arrow. And when you do that, when you start to get ahead of yourself sometimes, it can distract you from like what's happening in that moment. And that's when you can make, sometimes it's a small mistake, but sometimes it could even be a big mistake. And that's why it's always important that where when you are doing a task and we're training that, we're going to make mistakes, but we learn through exercise how to train and how to get our body to become aware. And then we can understand it and kind of work on like we're practicing focusing, you know, that's an exercise. Like I could write on a workout for you. Say, we're going to do push-ups, we're going to do jumping jacks, and then we're going to do focusing. Because if we're not focusing, we can, make little mistakes or big mistakes. Let's have some water. That'd be a mistake. All right. It's Nick's call. Nick, should we go shoot an arrow? Or should I do some more warm up? When Nick wants to shoot an arrow, let's go shoot an arrow. So, all right, everybody. So this is what we're gonna do. We're going to I'm gonna move the camera so you're gonna see the camera moving, and then we're gonna set it up in a place where we are going to be able to see me shooting the arrow. And let's see if we can do this. Look, there's the chicken coop right over there. Everybody knows the chicken coop. It's doing good. And then this is our little bar right here for the farm. So this works out. All right. All right, everybody. So what I'm going to be doing is the same. I just dropped a bunch of arrows. I'm going to be doing the same moves. I dropped all the arrows, but I'm actually going to be using a bow. So this is a bow like we were we were pretending to hold the bow out in front of us. And so we have a bow right here. And I think this is the one that we want to use. Yep, the red is for the right-handed. And so I have the red string, and that helps me remember red is for right-handed. So when I'm holding my bow right here, remember, I'm going to be reaching up behind my head, and I'm going to kind of put my arrows right down there like I had I got the little sash on. And then we're going to bring them up. We're going to put it on right here, and then I'm going to pull back and fire. And this big old box is right here in front of me, so hang tight just a second. This thing's going to weigh like a couple 100 pounds. Oh, all right. I just moved like a couple 100 pound box because it's got all the weights on it. All right, so here's some arrows. I like these wooden arrows, and everybody, you might have seen an arrow before, but check it out. It's got the feathers on it. I got a spider on my ear. All right, so check it out. It's got the feathers on it, and then right here, you're gonna see there's that little opening right there. You see that? Now that's what's gonna be going on the string. So we have the string right here, and that's what's gonna be going on right there. And if you've never shot a bow and arrow before, a good little tip will be you can kind of line it up, because what you want to do is you want to get those little arrow right there, the slit right here to go with the string. And then you also want it to be straight. You don't want it to be like this, because then the arrow is going to just kind of shoot out and go crazy. So you want it to just be as straight as can be. And so we put the arrow on there. And then we also have it to where on the back side, you can see these two feathers. When they fly by, they're going to fly by right here, nice and smooth. If I put it this way, and you can see there's that feather right there. So when that feather comes out and the arrow goes, it's going to bump into the wood here, and it might mess my arrow up. So I always want to try to get the arrow lined up in the right direction. And so let's go ahead and practice the exercise that we just did. So what do I have? I have 5 arrows here. I'm going to be shooting at a hay bale. And so let's see if I can put these in. I don't want them to fall down. Oh my gosh, this is going to be tough. Oh, I got them. I think they're going to stay. All right. So I got them. Oh, they're caught on my shirt. I'm going to try to put them in my back pocket right here and see if they'll stay put. They kind of fall over. Let's try one more thing. And if that doesn't work, we'll just do imagination that I have the arrow coming up out of my back. All right. I think we got it to stay. Okay. So what were we doing with our exercise? First thing we had was we got our arrow in our hand. So go ahead if you want. You can use your imagination again. Now with my other hand, I'm reaching back behind my head. So I'm all the way here, pulling straight up. Now look, I got to bring my arm up, and I can bring the arrow kind of around the side, or I could bring the arrow up over the top of my head. Okay. Now from here, I want to look on here and try to find the little grooves. I'm going to put the little grooves on the string. So we put them on the string, and then let me get back into a spot where I can shoot from here. And then with one arm holding, the other hand, I can use 2 or I can use 3 fingers to hold on to the arrow right here. And then my other finger, I can use it as a guide. So you can see I can move it. Oh, we got somebody coming in. Jackie's not going to want to miss this. All right, so I can use this finger as a guide. So remember, at this point, I've been holding onto the bow. I reached behind my head. I got my arrow. Pull it out in front. Here's both hands together. We just did this in imagination. I pull it back far, and then I just let it go, and off it goes. And that hit the hay bale. All right. So now for the next one, what do I want to do? Oh, my arrows are falling over a little bit. Let me get them in a good spot. So again, let's reach behind our head. Bring your arrow all the way out. Find your spot where you're going to get it lined up. So here we go. We got it lined up on here. We're going to hold the arrow again. We're going to not hold the arrow as much as we're going to hold the string in the arrow. Like it's kind of stuck on there. Check that out. Look at that. The arrow's kind of stuck. And that's okay. When it flies forward, it'll get unstuck. And so from here, we pull all the way back. And then we let it fly. Let's reach back again. So I'm reaching back again, pulling the arrow up, putting it on the string, bringing the arm back, letting it go, bringing this one up again, pulling the arrow up. Nice job. There we go. I feel like I'm not alone. I feel like I'm maybe in with Robin Hood. We're all a group of archers pulling it back. And I got one more. So I'm reaching behind, pulling it up, bringing it down, lining it up, holding it with pressure, but not too much pressure. This is where pressure is really important. And then we bring it back and we let it go. And I did a pretty good job, everybody. It's going to be really hard to see. But what I was shooting at was right there. And out of 5 arrows, I hit it 4 times. So I feel pretty good about that. But what else is cool is that remembering that if you were doing that along with me, and then you get the opportunity, maybe it's this summer, maybe you got a camp coming up. So if you have a summer camp opportunity, I'll tell you what, I've been to a lot of summer camps, and archery is something that they do at a lot of them. So now you can think to yourself, I've been practicing, I've been bringing the arrows back, I've been letting them fly, and I kind of have the idea of what to do. And now I just need to practice it. Nick, you were shooting arrows, weren't you? Yeah, Nick was shooting arrows. Let's drink some water, everybody. Good stuff. All right, let's do another one that's real. We'll do imagination, then we're going to go real. So I want a good one. Witch's pot. I'm going to give you Nick's going to call my shots today. Nick, should I go witch's pot with the barbell or bicep curl to press? Maybe with coming off the ground. Which one do you want? Right hand is the biceps, left hand is the witch's pot. Let's see, Nick's gonna unmute. I got the cutest little red bug running around the perimeter of my phone like it's a track and field event. It's so cute. Like this guy, he has no idea he's not on track. So Nick, what do you want to see? Witch's pot or biceps and press?
By the been please.
Biceps and press. All right, everybody. So you can see right behind me here are the weights. These are the weights that you can adjust to have different weights to them. And I'm going to go over here and pick them up. I got them already set up. All right. So these aren't super heavy. And I didn't want them to be super heavy. You can see here I have one piece, and they probably weigh about 15 pounds. That's about what it is. So before we do that, let's go ahead and do a little bit with imagination. And so with the biceps, let's think about 2 arms to start. So let's go up. Let's go for 5 of these, but we're just going to go up and down for 5. Now, did you notice the first thing that I did? Did anybody notice? First thing I did was I fixed my posture, right? Going up and down, bringing them up and down. And again, I have no weights in my hand. Just bringing them up and down. Nice. And so we curl up, our biceps going to bring our arm in, and then to push up, it's going to take, again, the deltoid, the pecs, the trapezius is getting involved, all of our armpit muscles, and then our tricep muscle is going to get involved to extend that arm out. And then as we bring it back down, again, who's involved here? The bicep, all those guys bringing it down. Now let's go ahead and do it with a little bit of weight. And you can do it along with me with no weight or with weight, but I have my weights here. So we'll go for 10. And so we're going to go up, up, down, down. Nice job. Up, up, down, down. 2, up, up. There you go. Nice job. Nick's doing it along with us. Excellent job. He's using his resistance bar. I like it. Up. Well, you're going to really like what's next then, Nick. It's going to be a challenge for you. Up.
Ooh.
Up. Yeah, right.
Ready?
Keep going. Up. Yeah, I got a way for you to do it, though.
Ooh.
Down,
Oh, dang, I'm ready.
Up. Down. Let's do one more. I haven't. Nice job. Thank you, Bernie. And then let's just bring it in here and hold it in here. All right. So when you're holding something, remember, close to your body, you're going to be able to hold it there for quite a long time. If I was holding these out here, not so long. If I was holding them up here, not so long. If I was holding them here, not so long. If I was holding them here, not so long. If I was holding them here, not so long. If I was holding them here, yep, I can hold them here for a long time. If I was holding them here, yep, I can hold them here for a long time. And so when things are close to your body, you can hold them there for a while, which means if you're doing certain exercises, you might think about putting down your weights, or you might think to yourself, I'm not going to put them down. I'm just going to bring them to a place where it's kind of like resting. So let's have a water break. Bernie called it. And then we're going to go back to doing the same exercise, but we're going to alternate going up and down. And then Nick, I'm going to show you what I want you to do.
Okay.
My kettlebell. I'm going to grab my kettlebell real quick. This 20 pounds. Oh, it's heavy. All right. So Nick, what I want you to do, you got your resistance bar? Is that what you're going to use?
Yeah.
Okay, hold it straight up and down like inchworm style.
Okay.
All right, you got it? So what I want you to do, Nick, is you're going to go down, up, and up with one arm, but hold it in the middle now. Hold the bar in the middle. Yep, keep going a little bit lower. Now pick it up off the ground. Okay, now do it. Let it do a bicep curl. Go down with one arm. There you go. One arm go down. One arm goes up. Now bring it back into the middle and switch hands. And then go down on the other side with the bicep curl. And then bring it up, up, down with the switch. Now, what Nick's doing, everybody, is harder than what I'm going to show you right now. But Nick, you keep working on that one where you're going to do the bicep curl, the press. He's also having to balance that out over a 10-pound bar. What I want us to do is we're going to hold our weights here in the middle. And we're going to go down, up, up, and then bring it back down. Then we go to the other side. So we're kind of doing what Nick's doing, but we don't have to do the hand exchange each time. What we are getting to do, though, is rest our other arm. Even though it's not totally resting, it's getting a rest. And if you want to, you can rest the weight on your body, or you can hold it off your body if you want even more kind of challenge for the muscle there. It's going to, it's going to get to the point where you're going to probably want to rest it on your pec, your upper chest up. Let's go for, I'm thinking 10 more. How's that sound, Nick? You got 10?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. So down, up, 1, down, down, up, 2, down, down, up, 3, down, down, up, 4, down. Nice job, Nick. Down, up, 5, down, down, up, 6, down, down, up, 7, down, down, up, 8. That was me hitting my chair. Down, up, 9. Here we go. One more. Down, up, and 10. And let's bring it back here. Let's hold them here for just another few moments. Now, remember, everybody, this is my rest position. Now, if I wanted to do another set or if I wanted to do a couple more, I could maybe rest here and then see. The other thing I could do is I could maybe rest here and I could hold it here for some time, or I could just do one of the two moves. So I could maybe say, you know what, I'm just going to do some bicep curls. And so I'm giving my shoulders a little bit of a rest. You know, if you think about it, my biceps are doing the work. Now, what if I want to give my biceps a little rest? Maybe I could just do a couple overhead presses so I could bring them down. I like to do the overhead press, bringing my arms into my sides. Again, bringing things close to home, bringing them down, and my biceps get a little bit of rest from that. Now, if I wanted to, I could maybe go again. I could maybe do a couple more of my biceps. So the idea, everybody, I could also go with imagination. Oh, Sandy in the house. I could go in with my imagination and do the moves. The idea, everybody, is again, not just be always doing the same thing, put a little bit of variety into it, but also to think about, it's another bird, also to think about um, not not totally putting the weight down when you feel like, well, maybe I'm done with that. That's okay. But maybe there's a way you can transition into a new move and help to build up some endurance in your body, also endurance in your mind. And remember, a lot of times when we're kind of feeling like it's time to stop, a lot of times our body is really wanting us to breathe and to focus on that recovery. And you can do that while you're actually doing a movement, while you're doing exercise. We should do that next. We should do something like that. Do you like that, Nick? Or should we do the witch's pot I was talking about? No, you want to do the breathing? Breathing is real? Okay. Let's drink some water, everyone. Breathing is real. Oh my gosh, there's so many ways to do this. Well, we don't want to do jumping jacks because Bernie's going to do jumping jacks. Oh, breathe. Oh, okay. I got it, everybody. This is going to be fun. It'll take me 20 seconds to get set up, but I am going to set up the basketball slam dunk challenge for myself. I'm going to try to do the first part of it. I'm going to hold my breath and I'm going to do it. I'll show you what you can do along with me. What you'll be doing if you're pretending is you're going to be doing like a ground touch, like you're picking up something, bringing it up to your chest, and then doing like a slam dunk type move. So it'll be down, up, and then out. That'll be your kind of repetition move. My repetition move is going to be picking up the ball and doing it. But the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to see how many I can do while I'm holding my breath. You like that idea, Nick? I don't know. How many do you think it's going to be? I don't know. 10? No, maybe. I don't know. I really don't know. So I'm going to hold my breath. Everybody, we know that you can't do that. You have to breathe when you're doing activity. And so let's see how it affects my activity. Now, either two things are going to happen. I'm going to breathe, which is what's going to happen, or I'm just going to get tired and I won't be able to do the exercise. But what will actually happen is I'll breathe. We'll see how many that was. And then we'll try it where I'm breathing and we'll see if there's a difference. We'll see if I can keep going for more. So I'm going to move these weights out of the way. Everybody go ahead and have a little water break if you want to have a sip of water. All right, so here's our basketball goal. You'll put it down right here, right in front of everybody. So the goal from this is going to be for me just to make as many baskets as I can. There's no super strict part about this. I just want to kind of make baskets. Now, I'm going to do it with the 15-pound ball. So this is going to be the challenge. My muscles are going to need oxygen for them to kind of keep on going. And everybody, if you want to right now, think about, I wonder how many he can do. I'm also wondering that. We're not going to worry about the time. We're not going to worry about how long I can hold my breath for. I might only be able to hold my breath for like 15 seconds. I don't know because I'm going to be doing a very difficult task. So this is going to be interesting. Let's get ready. If you want to play along with me on this, remember it's going to be going down to the ground, picking it up, and then dropping it in. Oh my gosh, this is going to be tough. All right, let's do a practice breath. Let's breathe in, breathe out. Here I go. Breathe in, hold. Whew. Wow. That was eight. Eight. Everybody, who thought eight? Did anybody guess eight?
Eight.
Oh my gosh, that was eight. I could only do eight, and then I had
Wow.
to breathe. And I was trying. I'll tell you what, I didn't know I was going to get eight because the ball kind of fell into a weird spot. So everybody, now let's drink a sip of water. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and see the difference now with breathing. And I'm not just going to breathe. I'm going to try to breathe and stay ahead of getting tired. So, if I'm doing something, I'm going to tire out. But if I'm breathing, I'm kind of fighting against that. Well, what if I'm breathing more than I'm putting out on the energy? Maybe that means I'm going to have a little more energy and be able to keep on going. So I'm not going to go forever. So that's going to get tough. But let's see what happens when we really breathe and really concentrate on breathing while we're doing the activity. So I did 2 minutes, Nick? All right, Nick wants to see it in 2 minutes. I got to breathe. All right, let's get ready. 2 minutes. And again, if you're doing this with us, you're going for ground touch, lift, and dunk. Ground touch, lift, and dunk. Stick out your butt when you do your ground touch. And here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. All right, now remember when I did those 8, I was like exhausted. You remember you saw me do 8 and I showed up and it was like, oh. I just did. I'm pretty sure I counted 47. It might not have been. I was going for 50, but look at the difference. Everybody, I was able to keep on going for only one reason. It wasn't because my muscles are like strong. That's not the reason. You can do that without necessarily having the strong muscles are what help me lift the weight. But to keep your muscles going, you got to breathe. You got to get the oxygen going into your body so that it can go out and actually provide energy for the muscles because that's where the energy is coming from. You're not burning up a calorie like that's stored in like a locker. When you're doing exercise like that, that's not how that's working. You're burning oxygen. And so you need oxygen to be able to keep going. So remember, next time you're doing an activity, it might be a tough one. Think to yourself, am I breathing? And if you aren't breathing where you can hear it, see, I can breathe right now. You don't hear that. That's a breath that you can hear. When you breathe like that and you really bring it in and you really put it out, you're going to provide for your body that energy. And I could have kept going. I could have kept going. I could have done 100. And I just could have kept on going. I was feeling like I was actually even just getting into more and more of a rhythm after a whole minute. Um, Also, by the way, the little red spider is still just doing laps around my phone case. So if you can imagine, my phone's right here, and there's this little. There he goes. He's going this way, and he's like running around. I hope he runs over the camera. There he goes. That was him. Right as I'm talking about him, that little thing that just was literally the red spider ran over the camera as I'm talking about it. Do you think he understood me? No way. What a coincidence, though. Wow. But I feel like he's a track and field spider because he's just there. He goes. He's going around for a whole nother lap. It could be a. It could be some other kind of bug. All right, everybody. I was talking about the witch's pot. I want to do the witch's pot, and then we'll bring up Bernie. You can see it behind me. I have the barbell bar, and so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna do this one standing up. I might even do an inchworm. Um, Looking for something to balance. I might try to do what Nick's working on right now too, just to see. All right, so everybody, remember if you have a bar, go ahead and get it. We're gonna be doing the inchworm. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna bring the bar over this way and move the basketball goal out of our way. All right. So here's our barbell. Remember, this thing weighs 15 pounds. And you can find these, but you don't need this. You can make something like this. PVC pipe and sand will probably also get you, you could easily get a 15-pound barbell with that combination. Now, when we're doing the witch's pot, remember, we always talk about how we're going down and out and then bringing it up and in. So let's go ahead and go 10 one way and go 10 the other way. And I'm just going to do it with the bar for reference. So here we go. So we're going to go down. 1, bring it in. Yeah. 2, bring it in. Yeah. 3, bring it in. Yeah. 4, bring it in. I can move around. 5, bring it. I could go all the way out here to the end. Yeah. 6, that's going to change where my arms go. Yeah. 7, but my lower body's pretty much doing the same thing. Yeah. 8, down. 9, which is going down and out, up and in. I don't want to hit myself in here so you can see I'm standing up tall. Let's go the other way. Down and out, up and in. 1, down and out, up and in. 2, down and out, up and in. 3, down and out, up and in. 4, down and out, up and in. 5, down and out, up and in. 6, down and out, up and in. 7, down and out, up and in. 8, down and out, up and in. 9, down and out, up and in. 4, 10. All right, I'm looking around for something to balance to see if I can do it. Let me try an inchworm, and let's all try the inchworm If you don't have a bar, remember you can do this by kind of bringing your arms and going down your body, trying to get down maybe to your shoes. If you do have a bar, let's see if we can get the whole thing in the frame here. There it is. If you have the bar, remember the whole goal from this is to go down. We want to get low all the way down to the bottom, hold it steady, and then we want to bring ourselves all the way back up. I might have to get a little closer. I might have to get a little farther. I might even have to have maybe 1 foot in front and 1 foot in back so I can get down low and then work it all the way back up. Now, what we gave Nick the challenge was to try to balance something on top. So let me see if I can find. I got fish food. Let's do this. Fish food, everybody, like just regular old goldfish food. I don't want this to fall because it could open and then goldfish flakes would be everywhere. So this makes it real. I can see it. It's put up there now. It's balancing on the top. And then so now from here, I'm going to be lowering down, trying to keep it up there. Whoa. Whoa. It's getting close. I'm going to see if I can get down here to the low point. And I got all the way down low. Let's see if I can come back up. I think I can do it. Oh my gosh. And the goldfish flakes never fell. I did not want that to fall down. Nick's doing a great job. He's got his sandbag working the same exercise. I like it, Bernie. We got Bernie coming up next. Everybody, again, balancing an object, holding it in different positions for that balance. And then to top it off, balancing something on top of what you're balancing. Oh my gosh, everybody, talk about neurological firing up. Look at Nick right now. He's fired up right now. Don't get distracted, Nick. I'm not talking about it. Well, now I'm talking about it, but I wasn't going to talk about it because I didn't want you to get distracted. But everybody, come on, Nick, go, keep moving. Confidence. Lock it in, lock it in. Bring the next hand down. Look at him go, everybody. This is real, everybody. Nick's doing a great job. If you can't see him right now, he's got the bag. It's on top of the stick, and he is halfway down on the resistance bar. He's halfway. He's now, oh, he got under halfway. Nick, that's an achievement, man. He just did that same exercise and got to the halfway point and then got one hand underneath that. I thought that was terrific. Everybody, let's have a sip of water. We got Bernie coming up. She's going to take us into a breath hold. Also, she took us into a standing ovation at the gala on Saturday night. It was incredible. And wow, Bernie, it was just really something to watch you sing and to perform in front of everybody. And then the dancing, it was incredible, everybody. Bernie's going to get herself unmuted. She's going to join us for, I think we're doing a breath hold to start. I think we're going to go through, we're going to do Bernie's flow. We got Byron's flow. We got Bernie's flow. You got yourself unmuted yet, Bernie?
I did.
Hey, how are you? You did a wonderful job. Oh my gosh. Everybody told you that, I know. But that was incredible, everybody. How did it feel, Bernie? How did it feel?
I feel happy.
Yeah, you felt happy? All right, you ready for the breath hold? How long do you want to do? 30 seconds? How long?
On the spotlight. You me?
We're on the phone right now, so you are in the spotlight with me, I believe. When you talk, you pop up. And let me see if hang tight, Bernie. I'm gonna do something real quick. Let's see if my mom's actually on here. She might be. If she is, she'll now be able to go to my name and add to spotlight, and then go to your name and add to spotlight. And I'm pretty sure if I don't touch anything, that will be how it will be. So let's see. And so I've been spotlit. So now confirmation. And now Bernie, you've been spotlit. Awesome. And so let's go ahead and we got a 30-second breath hold coming up. Maybe let's have a cheers to Bernie again for such a great job at the gala. It was incredible. Her mom and dad and her sister and Eli and all of the people, everybody was there. Sandy was there. It was incredible. Richard was there. We had such a great time. The food was delicious, and there was dancing, and there were hula hoops. Oh my gosh, Bernie, did you know all those things you could do with a hula hoop? That was incredible hula hooping. Um, all right, here we go. Let's do a breath hold.
I'm gonna do breathe in, breathe out, and hold for 30.
Okay.
Breathe in. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in.
Nice job. All right, everybody. Bernie's going. She's getting into the seated position, and she's going to be doing that leg stretch. Remember, this is going to be where she's pulling her leg in and kind of holding up the knee. Sometimes you kind of give it a kind of a hug. You could also bring in your arm, bring your arm in this way, bring your arm up, push it back this way. Some good stretches. Trying to reach behind your back could be a good stretch. Just trying to get your hands to touch behind your back. That could be, that was impossible for me. This way it is still impossible. My shoulders are not what they used to be. Bernie's doing the hold. Count loud, Bernie.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Nice job.
I'm going to do wrist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Nice job. Do leg swings. I'll show you what Bernie's doing over here too on my side.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to do arm circles for 10.
Arm circles for 10. All right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Overweight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I'm feeling nice and warmed up. What do you think is next? We got about 5 minutes. What do you want to do?
You do some jumping jacks.
Let's do it. How many?
55.
How many?
55.
55? Yeah. Let's do it. You want to have a sip of water before we start? Sounds good. All right, everybody. Bernie's gonna be doing the jumping jacks. I'm gonna do the seated jacks. I'll be in my seat right here, bringing arms up and down. We're going to 55. And Bernie, whenever you're ready.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Go, Bernie. 12. There you go. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, and 55. That feels like a paddle out for me. That's paddle out practice. Very good. All right. Bernie's getting set up. Got her exercise stick. We'll try this with the 15-pounder. Oh, heavy stuff. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
Oh my gosh.
That's it.
That's tough. What you got next, Bernie? Back stretch.
One, two, three, 4,
Nice job. All right, going up over her head behind her neck. Might as well.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
It's a good one. Oh. Bernie's got hula hoop. I thought she was going for the weight. What do we got next, Bernie? Hula twist?
Which one?
Count loud.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Nice job. I think we got time for 2 more.
Did you push it?
Push and pull.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9.
Nice job, everybody. Don't forget about Wednesday at 11. Cannot wait. Bernie's going for a bus driver. Bernie, we got time for one more. And then if you want to do the breathing motto, you can do it, but we're running out of time again.
We're going to the Padres.
Going down the highway. Going down to the harbor, to the gala.
1,
Yep, with the band.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Nice job. You want to do the breathing motto too, Bernie, to bring it on home? Have a sip of water and we can do breathing motto. All right, everybody. That sounds good. Let's have a sip of water. Bernie can do the breathing motto for us again. Great job to everybody who was here. We had a great group on. It was so cool to see everybody. And again, be here in the garden. Alicia was here. Andy, Evan, Valentina in the house. Lorraine, again, North County was here. Nick was in the house. Sandy, Scott, and Lisa. Clinton in the house, everybody. Hey, it was so good. Again, on a Monday, a great workout. It's a little drizzly, but that doesn't mean you might not still be able to get outside. Get some fresh air in. You know, the dust is down, the pollen's down because the water kind of put it all down, so the air is going to be real fresh. And get out there and enjoy some of that. So, Bernie, are you ready to do the breathing motto?
Yeah.
All right, let's go for it.
We breathe in. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in good. Feel the bad. Breathe happy. Feel the sad. Breathe in your bed. Another word. Be your power. So you reach your Green goes first.
There you go, everybody. Great job from Bernie. Great job to everybody who was in the workout. Thanks to my mom, too, for helping out big time. I'll see you Wednesday at 11 o'clock, everybody. Here we go. Nick giving us the countdown. He's our countdown man. He always brings it on home with the countdown. So here we go. Nick's getting the unmute going. And let's get ready, everybody.
Here we go. I will see you die on Wednesday and Friday at 11 a.m. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Have a wonderful day. Have a great
3,
week.
2, and 1.
Bye, everybody. Have a